nicest of emergencies. What's that one then? Do you know what that means?
No, I'm missing this. What am I missing?
So we've got a low voltage light.
Oh, good God, yeah.
Yeah. So what I want you to do is flip off the alternator for me.
Flip off the alternator.
ALT.
Off.
Alright. And then flip it back on again. Oh. What's the end of that emergency then?
Oh. So what happened there then?
So basically we have a voltage regulator.
Yeah.
Okay, and it controls the alternator. Sometimes you get a spike, and then the voltage regulator says, no, I'm going to shut everything down to save the instruments and the radios and that sort of thing. And so what happens then is the alternator chucks out 28 volts, the battery only chucks out 24.
Yeah.
So it senses the drop in voltage, that we're only using the battery, we're not using the alternator anymore, and the light comes on. Okay. Alright, so when you switch that off, you reset the voltage regulator, and when you switch it back on again, restart doing its job.
Yep.
Alright, so that's why I said it's probably the least worrisome of all the... Yeah. But what might happen if we didn't get the alternator working again was we could run out of battery power.
Yeah.
If we ran out of battery power, then
no sparks.
No, the sparks are generated by the magnetos.
Okay.
So the engine would still run.
No instruments.
No radio, no transponder, no DI, no engine instruments. Alright. So once we got him shut down, I'll prove to you that the engine still runs with no battery or alternator on. Just the tops on the ground. There it is. All the way down. Holding the RPM up to 2.5. Put the collective friction on for me.
Friction on.
And then put the cyclic friction on for me. So give it a little wiggle, that's the lateral one you're doing. Oh, no. So wiggle this. I want you to do the lateral and the fore and aft, but I want you to be able to see how tight you put it on, you see.
Okay.
That's taking it off.
Runway 26, fire whiskey, Mike November. I can only put November, runway 26, fire whiskey, Mike November, golf,
Medium.
Lovely. Helicopter Golf Oscar is on the ground, thanks for your help.
Glenn Roger, thanks.
Cool, I'm just going to switch these off because I don't want to damage them. Alright. Okay. But the engine's running.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to lose the intercom for a second. Alright, I'm going to switch the alternator off. That light comes on. Alright, and if I switch the battery off. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so the engine runs because the rotation of the engine is driving magnetos, which generate the sparks. Okay, so we don't need anything switched on for the engine to run. We can lose everything. Okay. However, there's a lot of electrical gubbins which we will lose should the battery die.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah. So the correct procedure if this light comes on is to switch this off and back on again. And if it stays on, then we're supposed to switch it off, and then we're going to think, okay, what do I need to do if the battery dies? Will I make it back to the airport? Because we're not going to fall out of the sky, and we're not really going to lose anything that we need to fly. That's air driven. This ball here is gravity driven, air driven, that's mechanical, and that's air driven. So all we'd lose is the artificial horizon, the VOR and the DI, and all these instruments, the radio.
And the radio.
Yeah. But if you need to negotiate your way back in again, you can do that first, and then we can just fly back in. Okay. Alright. Cool. In about 30 seconds, I've just got, because I switched this off, I've got 2 minutes on here, you can take it down to 2,000. Alright. When we get to 2 minutes on this one. I know we've had to go hovering before.
Yes, when I first joined you, we had a little bit of a hover practice.
And the trail lesson, yeah.
I'm beginning to realise you were messing with me then, actually, at the time, I think.
I was messing with you. I'd let you do the cycling, but basically I'd look after the other two then. Cool, there's 2 minutes, so you can wind it down to 2,000. The cycling on one control on its own isn't so bad. It's the fact that they all affect the other two. Yeah. So we found out when you raise and lower the collective, it messes with the yaw, doesn't it?
And it's finding those levels and feeling at ease of them as well. That's
It's a very visual thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Now I can tell you what you're going to need, but I can't tell you how much.
No. And today, actually doing the hovering practice, looking outside and everything like that, I've begun to get a little bit more of a feel for it.
Sure.
However, I will say you're lucky. You've got the compass point at just the right height for you. For me, it's well below the horizon.
Okay, so you're going to look at what is on the horizon. If it's a bolt, or if it's this point here.
Yeah, for me, it's up here.
Yeah. So that's your bolt then, yeah? When you get better, you won't need to be staring at that all the time. You just get a feel all switches off except for battery and beacon. Well, they already are because I switched that off before.
Okay.
Alright. We're just going to wait for the circuit breakers. Nothing's popped out, so we'll leave that in. Rotors, wait for them to stop and then we'll switch the battery off. Take your heads off.
Making good progress. Yeah? Yeah. There's no point in having a massive long sortie though, because especially the next step when we start putting that with the other ones that we've just done, that's when things can get quite tense as well, so you can imagine. So, yeah. Good. First thing to do is let you go away and have a think about what we've already seen, and then come back in and then we'll make great inroads. I mean, you're making great progress anyway. I think another sortie like that and we'll probably not go back out of that. Alright. So if you think about it, I was saying about the levels of stability where we want to be stable across the ground and not, so we're already there, aren't we, on the cyclic, but then can you do it with the cyclic and the pedals and the collective? Okay, so we're going to look, next time we do, I'll hit you doing cyclic and either just the collective or just the pedals, and then we'll start trying to do all three. Okay? As soon as you can start drifting in the direction that you want to go, then I know that you've kind of got control over the cycling. Yeah. Alright? And we're talking about where your focus should be. So, yeah, definitely out on the horizon, we're not looking down, but I'm talking about with which control, and we've got limits, haven't we? Yeah. So if the cyclic's off full tilted, funny, generally we're focusing on the cyclic, that's the unstable one, isn't it? Yeah. And if you keep yourself in one place, you haven't really got to worry about the other ones because they're not going to go too wild. But, if the cyclic goes off, think about that. But if we start getting too close to the ground, then bring your focus to this. Oh, I'll just pop that up a little bit. If we start yawing too much, yeah? Yeah. So it does become a bit more fun later. Cool. Alright, you can knock the battery off. When you take your seatbelt off, just mind the perspex on the door. Yeah.